Welcome to Profiles, where you'll see NFL personalities like you've never seen them before. You already know what they do, but for the next 30 minutes, you'll find out who they are, away from the field, away from the spotlight. This is Profiles. And this is a player who needs no introduction. His number, his head, his play. For 11 seasons, Brian Urlacher has come to define a defense and a city. There are two things he guards relentlessly: the Bears' end zone and his privacy. But when Brian finally does let his guard down, you will be completely surprised by what you see.
People don't believe I'm doing normal stuff.
On this edition of Profiles, the face of a franchise does an about-face, giving us an all-access pass into his world, riding shotgun for an entire day.
Like, you don't realize how much you miss being around your buddies and teammates and stuff until you can't be around them anymore.
This is Profiles, All-Pro linebacker Brian Urlacher. While most of us get 2 days off to unwind and run errands, NFL players get one, Tuesdays. And on this Tuesday, Brian allowed us to tag along for a day in the life of one of the most reluctant superstars you will ever meet. Our day began bright and early at Brian's house with the most important meal of the day.
Laura, you want some breakfast still?
What do you make it?
Cocoa Pebbles.
Your breakfast of champions.
Yes. We got Apple Jacks, Pops, Cookie Crisp, Fruity Pebbles, of course, Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries, Cinnamon Toast Crunch are my favorites.
If I go talk to your trainer and say, what should he be having for breakfast? He'll list off those sugar
and I have
cereals.
pancakes too, for carbs, and lots of syrup, and milk. Good for you. It is, for real.
Do you cook at all?
I don't normally, especially during season. I don't like to cook that much. We just go get something quick and come home. The kids, I just do whatever the kids want to do, basically. If they want to eat out, we'll eat out. If they want to eat at home, then we'll eat at home.
You're a good dad.
Oh, no, I don't have a choice. They tell me what to do.
On Monday morning, I'm assuming that's when you feel a little bit more.
I was really sore this year after the first game. I hadn't played a game in almost 2 years, so I was pretty sore.
Well, you know 32 in the real world. You're a baby.
Football is sort of old sometimes, but there's a lot of good players that are in their 30s playing good. Look at Ray Lewis.
Look at Brian Urlacher.
Look at Brett Favre.
Look at Brian Urlacher.
Look at Olin Kreutz. It's kind of hard to talk when I'm eating cereal. Sorry.
Is that a hit?
I don't want to slurp either. No, you see people when they eat their cereal, I don't want to do that.
All right, should I let you eat and then we're going to start our day? Okay. How far away are we from the facility?
5 minutes.
What a good commute.
If I put something on my face, you better tell me.
And tell me what a Tuesday at the facility is like, because we're not allowed to follow you, and I know you're sad about that.
Yeah, I'm really upset you guys can't go to the facility with me and see my teammates with you following around with the cameras. That's really good to tell.
Who's going to make fun of you? What
Everybody
teammate?
makes fun of me because we have a pretty relaxed team. Everyone makes fun of everybody on our team. So I know Owen will make fun of me if he sees you guys. Anybody who sees you, Lance, if he was there, anyone who sees you guys with me would make fun of me. So typical Tuesday. Like a lot of guys watch film on Tuesdays, on their days off. I don't watch film on Tuesdays because I found that when I do watch more film, I start guessing. When I see a formation, I'll guess and try and think. I think I know what play's coming, and it's not that play. So, I get an idea of what's going on, and I read my keys.
Were you always like that?
No, I tried to watch film earlier in my career. It's so boring for me. I can't stand it. These next 3 cars are with me. They're not going. They're just gonna sit and wait for me. Like, all right, thank you. Nice. He's great, isn't it?
I thought you for sure were going to be like, I don't
Do
know
not let
who
them in
these
here.
guys-
This person can go. She has to sit in my car though while I'm at work.
How much did you miss the camaraderie and just the hanging around?
Like, you don't realize how much you miss being around your buddies and teammates and stuff until you can't be around them anymore.
Do we want to have a teary goodbye?
No, we're good. Can I go now? I don't want to, hopefully nobody will see us. We're doing a good job
that
right
what
now. I
you're
don't see
worried
anybody in the
about?
parking lot right now. This is good. Oh, there's Chris. Let's stay in here for a couple more minutes. Hold on. We'll see if Chris is going in or not. Go in, Chris. Okay, we're good. I'll see you later. I'll see you when I get back.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
Goodbye.
I had to make sure no one was watching us in the parking lot.
Well, we may have lost Brian, but we did find his coach. And while Lovie Smith may be reluctant to single out his relationship with just one player, it's hard for him to hold back when it comes to talking about his middle linebacker and how much Brian has meant to the team and to the head coach.
You know, as a football coach, as a head football coach, you don't want to show favoritism or things like that towards any of the players, but it's hard not to have Brian be one of your favorites. I've seen him go through tough times, and it's the same always with him, just upbeat, just dealing with whatever life gives him.
What's the biggest difference you see in him coming here this year, not having him last year?
What I've seen Brian come back and do a little bit better maybe than what he was doing at the end was just, you know, the physical nature. Getting back to that, you know, he has God-given ability that very few players in National Football League have. He looks like a young Brian Urlacher is what he looks like.
How much does Brian help off the field when it comes to this team?
You know, quite a bit. Things come up always with the players. Sometimes, of course, it's something you can't talk to the coach about, and of course, Brian is always there for him.
Is it common, Lovie, that it's someone of his status, that it's usually the superstar player that seems to be the guy that kind of, the straw that sort of stirs this?
Well, that's probably not the perception, but, and I can see why people would assume, you know, here's this guy that has everything going, that he would be aloof, standoffish, away from everyone.
That is the perception.
That's definitely not the case with him. He's the complete opposite. Always there for you at all times. He's just kind of, you know, your average Joe a little bit. And just that perfect guy that you want out front representing the franchise.
Coming up, lunch, shopping, and making a deposit, which isn't nearly as glamorous as you would think.
I have to cash my training camp check. One of them, $862 for training camp for 1 week.
All right, explain where we're going now.
I'm gonna go pick up my brother, is that okay?
Casey's coming with
Yeah,
us.
he's at the house.
We
He's
would
starving.
love a Casey cameo.
Starving.
I was talking to Lovie about how he will not take a day off of practice.
They try and give me days off sometimes. I hate taking days off. I had enough days off last year. And the year I hurt my hamstring, I didn't practice any Wednesday, or was it Thursday or Wednesday? They wouldn't let me practice, so I only practiced 2 days a week. It was frustrating, but go ahead, sorry to interrupt you.
Well, you know it is your show, so you're allowed to interrupt when you want.
It's not my show, it's your show, but I'm on your show.
I'm just honored to be on the show with you.
Right. Here comes Casey, my little brother. You're wearing the same shirt I'm wearing. One of us needs to change. For some reason, we have a lot of the same clothes.
You want to tell us anything about Casey as he comes up?
Yeah, he's my brother.
That's it?
That's it. Casey was also on the fishing show that Laura did.
We got a fish. I know, this is better.
Right, you all right? Thanks for all your support while I was reeling in, guys. I appreciate that.
So we picked up your brother,
Yes, picking him up.
and our next stop,
Chipotle!
So I want people to understand that out of this whole entire day, the most natural thing that we do today will be going to Chipotle.
Yes, aside from the cameras following us all around all day, and that drawing attention in Chipotle, this is it.
Brian, do you think people only look at you when there's a camera? Do you think when you walk
but-
into somewhere, you're not already drawing attention to yourself?
I'm pretty under the radar when I'm around here. People are used to seeing me here. Like, I go to Chipotle 8 days a week. So all right, get ready for madness over here. How we doing? What's up? Sorry, they're following me.
Hey, don't worry.
Chicken burrito.
Chicken burrito any beans, sir?
Pinto.
Pinto beans,
Yes,
chicken.
sir. Do they want food? Do you guys want food? I'll order it for you if you want. You want a burrito?
All right, do you feel good? No one's really
No,
looking.
people are taking pictures.
You don't think people do that when there's not a camera here, when it's just you? You don't think people are doing that
They
anyway?
don't know it's me. I don't know. It's okay, we're out of here. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Here's a straw.
Are you rushing me out? Am I okay?
No, we're good. We're gonna hurry. We're just gonna go. I got forks.
Okay, do you want me to
Let's
get
go.
napkins?
I got them. I already got napkins too. Come on, it's my first time.
I'm trying.
Sure.
Can I take one with you?
Yeah, Casey will take it.
You just hit the button.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if there weren't cameras. You jerk. That was it. That was our Chipotle trip. Nice. That was pretty quick. I'm not mad right now.
All right, walk us through it. So we've done our breakfast cereal.
You got to hear me slurp my cereal. Worked out. You got to see me work out. How great was that for you?
We saw nothing,
We were so
Casey.
excited.
He dropped us off at the facility and was like, I'll see you in 3 hours. We saw nothing. Did you get some nice quality time with your brother last year, Casey?
When it happened, we kind of freaked out a little bit, and I met him at the hospital that night, so it's kind of weird. Just sitting there, and, you know, we really can't do much for him, and it's not a good feeling.
How hard was it being with him last year, knowing how tough not being out there was for the year?
It wasn't that hard.
I think the main thing is just knowing how hard that he worked to get, you know, after his neck and his back were hurting him a couple years there, and then for him to, you know, break his wrist in the first half or whatever, it's disheartening, I guess you could say.
Could you talk to him, or are you guys not big talkers?
No, I call him every day. I mean, we talk every day.
But do you talk
We
about
talk now. We
feelings
still talk.
and talk about how hard it was for you, or you just talk?
What's that show on ESPN? The Roy Firestone always tries to get you to cry on TV. And that's what you're trying to do right now.
Jerry Maguire?
It's a very entertaining
Crying at the end?
Will it work? Are you gonna
No,
work?
it's not gonna work.
He may not cry, but he will shop. Coming up on Profiles, our ride with Brian continues with a stop at Target, to the delight of many.
People who work here see me here twice a week, at least.
I've never seen you here. but-
You don't come here very often. Then. The routine is run errands. I mean, whatever I have to do, you know.
Don't you have somebody that does your errands for
That's
you?
what everybody asks me. Well, no, I don't. Do you do your own errands? Hello. How you doing? Good. Small load today. Doing great. No, I was just dropping stuff off. Thank you. I'll see you probably next week. Thank you. I really like going to the grocery store. It's fun for me. Well, because when I was a kid, we'd go to, we go to the grocery store and the parents would have a list. If it wasn't on the list, you weren't getting it. So when you got there, right, guys? Like, we never got anything that wasn't on the list. So now I can go and get whatever the piss I want whenever I want it.
Casey, just so he knows this, even if the cameras aren't here, people are saying, hey, that's Brian Urlacher,
No, they're
right?
not, really.
Casey?
That's bad.
That's bad.
Yeah, see?
Can I ever work the two against
No, you
each
can't.
other? I think that was all you said you
That's
needed.
all I said I needed for this
Hot
one.
water, milk, candles.
Yeah.
Are you just excited you're at Target, or?
Yeah, I'm doing this TV thing. That's why. They will follow me around for a day and see what I do and see how boring I really.
You're a regular guy?
You're exactly right. People don't believe I'm just doing normal stuff. I go to Target. The people who work here see me here twice a week, at least.
I've never seen you here. But
You don't come here very often, then.
I like walking by and like seeing little boys like looking like this.
What if they're looking at you?
I don't think so. You know how now with the whole pay scale, if you were a rookie coming in and getting these exorbitant amounts of money,
Would it be different for me?
Yeah.
The 9th pick this year, I was the 9th pick, and my signing bonus was $5.5 million, which is a lot of money in 2000. Now the 9th pick is getting 24, 25 million guaranteed. So 5 times what I got. It's crazy, you know? I think as long as you have the right mindset about it, it's okay.
I would think in your locker room, if you didn't have that mentality, you probably couldn't survive in there.
Yeah, our locker room's tough. I mean, our team works. The thing that really pisses me off the most about, and this is a different subject, but people said Julius Peppers he takes plays off and he doesn't. Oh my gosh, this dude plays harder than almost anyone I've ever played with. He doesn't ever say anything, just does his job and does it good.
Ready for another feeling question?
Yes, sure. Ready for me to say no? Go ahead.
Two guys like you, do you ever get together and kind of say, like, here's what I thought, or here's what impresses me about you, and on the flip side, he said nothing?
No.
Darn it.
Once again, no.
He may not can't be emotional when it comes to teammates, but it's a whole different story when it comes to his children. Brian's entire house is full of pictures of his 2 daughters and 1 son. Unfortunately, we can't show their faces because his former Defensive Player of the Year is just as defensive when it comes to protecting his kids. But on days he doesn't have them, he still has his daddy responsibilities.
This is where the bunnies live. This is my one job I have to do every day is feed these bunnies. Randy's really friendly with Norma. There you go.
He is very friendly.
Get that? Please put that on there, man.
And how are you explaining that to the kids right now?
They're hugging. They're hugging. They hug a lot.
There's some very cool things in your house, I must say.
Thank you. This is like my spot, you know, to hang out.
I love the fact that you walk into this massive game room and the first thing, what do you remember from this one? Favorite memory from this game?
Holding the trophy and then the snow coming down at Soldier Field and all of our, like everyone was on the field in a big circle and they had the platform out there. It was unbelievable.
My favorite game ball?
Oh, yeah.
Grab that
this
one.
Guy, this is my autographed ball from Pamela, my dad. Took that from Pamela. This was like 5 years ago. She put my number on there and everything. This is my favorite one, too, yeah.
All these white t-shirts.
Are you mad because I have so many and you don't have any, or what?
It's just all the space for just t-shirts. You do have a nice assortment of suits.
I like suits. Predictable. I think that's what it is.
I think your team likes that about you, actually.
Still ahead on Profiles, after a day of running around, we finally get a chance to sit and talk. Something that surprisingly still makes this 11-year veteran very uneasy.
What do you think people think of me?
I think, I'm going to say before I knew you,
Yeah.
I would have said, and I know you're going to hate all this positive stuff about you, but
Stressing me out right now.
one of the
After spending an entire day running errands with Bears middle linebacker Brian Urlacher, we finally got the chance to sit and talk. But one of the most surprising things about Brian is that after 11 seasons of being one of the game's biggest superstars, he still gets nervous when it comes to formal interviews, whether it's talking life or football.
How'd you feel the first week coming back?
Oh, man, I haven't been nervous in a football game in a long time. I was nervous. You just don't know how you're going to play, how your body's going to react, or if I'm going to be a step slow because I hadn't seen the plays in a while.
What'd you miss most last year?
My teammates. No doubt about it. It's a cliche, but people always say you never realize what you got till it's gone. It's true, especially with football for me, because I never had it taken away from me. Never.
Your relationship with Lovey, how do you describe it?
The thing about him is, for me, from the way he's dealt with me, you always know where you stand with him. Tells you what he thinks, tells you what you need to do to get better, and I really appreciate that. He's such a good man, such a good family man, a good coach, and you look at him like, oh, he's kind of like my dad. You know, you look up to him, and you really have a lot of respect for someone like that. I know as long as I'm here in Chicago, I want to play for Lovie Smith.
Where are you right now as a player at 32?
I think I'm having one of my best years so far. I want to get better this year. I'm still screwing up some things, and my problem is I missed too many tackles this year, so I got to wrap up better, and I think that'll come with getting more plays, too. My favorite so far was the sack against Detroit.
And Hill is sacked by Urlacher.
I saw my burst was back. I'm 32, I'm 11 years in football, but I still feel good. I mean, I don't feel like I'm slowing down, and that play right there showed it.
Anytime I bring it up, talking about you being the leader, being the face of the franchise, I can literally see you visibly get uncomfortable with whatever I'm going to say.
You're making me sweat right now. I just feel like we have a lot of guys who take on that role. I look up to a lot of guys on our team. Just like you say people look up to me, I look up to guys on our team also. That's just the way it is.
What Lovey said about you, which I thought was really nice, is you are the most humble superstar he has ever been around.
I try and be humble as I can be, you know. I think humble is a good thing. I think the less attention you draw to yourself, the better off you are. That's the way I feel about that.
What do you think the perception of you is publicly?
You're not gonna like my answer. I don't care.
I knew it.
I don't care. I don't know, because people don't know me. You know, they don't know what they see of me on TV and how I do my interviews, or when I don't do my interviews, whatever they see.
Here's one of the things that would surprise people. I think you're kind of shy.
I am shy.
Right?
If I don't know you.
which I think some people take as, who don't know you,
Standoffish.
standoffish.
You can't make everybody happy. That's what I figured out too. You definitely can't make everyone happy, and just do what you do, I guess.
One of the hardest things for me is I'm not going to be able to show my favorite side of you. Do you know what it is?
My kids. The way I am with my
you
kids.
as a dad.
Yeah. Most people realize I have 3 children, and that's all you need to know. You know, 3 wonderful kids. They keep me busy, but I just don't want them on camera and stuff like that. They have it hard enough being my children. Then they don't need their faces shown everywhere. So I try and keep that private as much as I can. I know there's going to be times where I can't, but if I can keep it private, I'm going to.
We've spent a really fun day together.
Yeah, there's good times for you, right? You had fun, right?
If all of a sudden, for somebody who gets to kind of, ride shotgun with us for a whole day and get a different look at you, what do you hope somebody sees in that day?
I just hope people realize I'm normal. I do my laundry, I go to the grocery store, I screw around in my house, I watch TV, just normal stuff. I mean, I don't know what the perception is, what people think, what kind of life me individually or athletes live, but most of us are pretty normal, and people don't get to see that. I know that because it's just the way it is, We're put on this pedestal and we're different than everybody because we're athletes.
Where are you right now at 32 as a person?
As a person? Oh, jeez. What do you ask me these questions for? I don't know. I think we can all be better people, I think. I'm trying to do the right things. I'm trying to be the best dad I can be the best friend, best son, everything, best person I can be possibly. But sometimes you don't always do the right things, I think it's human nature. But as long as we try and do the right thing, I think that helps.
It's been a long day, probably about 9 hours worth of interviews at least. You've been talking all day about the one place that you wanted to be, so I thought it would be a nice place to let you end your show.
Yes. When I finished running my errands and doing all my stuff, this is where I ended up right here for probably too long on my days off, but this is what I really like to do. Sit here and rock in my chair and watch TV. That's it.
So would you like us to leave so you can finally go and rock?
I would like nothing better than for you guys to let me appreciate my chair. Thank you.
Make sure to watch Profiles all season long, where you'll see some of your favorite NFL personalities in ways you've never seen them before.